Hello, namaste, and welcome to my channel. I'm your host Nagesh Deshpande. We are bringing a special new episode today, and we are going to talk about how can I move from survival mode to real career growth. Now that we are in an era where there's a lot of um, world war kind of situations, layoffs, recessions, everything is happening. Everyone is in survival mode. Now we need to find out a way. What is that way? Our speaker will um, share her experience so that we can understand what is a growth mode. To speak on this topic, we have a very special guest today, Vanya Mander. She's a leadership development and integral master coach. She's an agile coach. She's based in UK with over 15 years of experience of international experience across IT, finance, public organizations, and small businesses. 1 year support teams and organization to strengthen trust, alignment, and collaboration, bringing agile practices, OKRs, OBR, continuous improvement, and feedback culture to translate strategy into meaningful actions. She is also a nonviolent communication ambassador, helping people communicate clearly, listen deeply, and build relationship rooted in understanding and respects. So before or without wasting much time, let's welcome Fania.
Thank you, Nagesh.
How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you. How about you?
Doing good. So in India, it's monsoon now, so it's raining in between. And I heard there is a heat wave going on right now. How is?
Yeah. 27 towards 30 degrees, which is rather unusual. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard. I because I work for European clients, I heard a lot of stories, and it's very difficult time right now there. So please do take care of your health. And
Thank you.
yeah, shall we get on with the discussion today?
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Okay, so as you know, guys, we bring new episode every Monday. So watch till this episode till the end. Subscribe to my channel. So this is a very interesting and very crucial topic that we are discussing today about how to bring a sustainable growth, career growth. To understand first, why do many professionals feel stuck even though they have a stable job?
Great question. Well, I think there are lots of different reasons for this to happen. And honestly, most of them are quite human, right? So sometimes people have been in a role for quite some time. They know their job well. They are well respected. And before they know it, they are in their comfort zone. And staying where you feel like you are the expert is much safer than becoming the new person somewhere else. Also, for others, it's not that they don't want to grow, but may not see clear opportunity. So, for example, they are wondering where can I really go from here? And then, as you say in the beginning, there is the wider context as well. For example, the economy may feel uncertain. People often tell themselves, oh, I better stay here. At least it's safe for me here. Uh, and let's be honest, many people are also just very busy. They are constantly in firefighting mode, solving problems, um, and getting through one deadline to another. And personal development slowly moves to the bottom of the priority list. Uh, and they start going with the flow rather than actively shaping their future. Um, and also, like a lot of people are thinking, career progression is moving up. But let's be honest, not everyone, statistically, not everyone can climb the traditional hierarchy ladder. Um, Sometimes, very often, actually, growth happens sideways. Not many people see it that way. And of course, it matters to have as well a supportive manager who actively helps you to work on your development.
Great start. Yeah, she has brought very good top points, few of them. I would like to highlight the sideways growth. It's also important. Not just it's every time it's not possible to go vertical growth. There are multiple things to that. So one of the example that I would like to give, that experience that I want to share. When I was seeking a vertical growth, my organization was going through acquisition, so situation was not helpful. So there my uh, take was to grow vertically or horizontally, and learn more things about different product that being acquired, different people, different manager. That gave me a platform to spread my knowledge or experience across to the organization. So this can you can do. Comfort zone, rightly mentioned one year. So comfort zone is very risky. People often go into the day-to-day business and remain into that. So that's one of the reason. Great start. Let's move on to the next. And then, how does survival thinking silently kill the career growth? We are surviving, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Surviving instead of thriving, right? And so, well, for me, it's usually doesn't happen, like all of a sudden. It's gradual. So, you're telling, like people tell you themselves, "Oh, I'll stay another year, and it's not that bad, right?" And then another year passes, and another, etc. And so, motivation slowly starts fading away. The energy drops. And you stop bringing really the best self that you can, uh, and you're doing the job, but you're no longer really growing through it. And eventually your colleagues notice, your manager may be noticing, but most importantly, you're noticing. If people are honest to themselves, they are noticing that they're not fully invested. um, and the challenge is that today the world moves quite quickly, right? If you're not continuously improving in your skills and development, you're effectively standing still, and other people, well, while other people keep moving. And then that becomes like a vicious circle. The less you invest in your growth, the less motivated you feel to grow, and the less motivated you feel, then the less action you take towards your growth. Yeah.
yeah, rightly mentioned. Yeah, so day by day, people just surviving. They just counting days. One more day, one more day, and eventually it becomes period of 5 years, and then so even they are learning, but they're not growing. So they gain certifications, they do this training, that training, but they are not growing. So that's the major silent killer in the in this entire process. Now, why do promotions stop exciting feel excited about it, so let me rephrase it. Experienced professional, they do not feel excited about the promotions. Why do that? Why such thing happens then?
Hmm. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, well, first of all, I do believe that still a promotion can be quite exciting for people, right?
Correct.
They this can be a great way to recognize someone's contributions, showing appreciation. Problem is that for me, a promotion alone isn't always enough. Uh? So, for example, if a promotion simply means a new title, a few extra responsibilities, and more meetings, but doesn't offer real opportunities to learn, to innovate, to create, to develop, then it's understandably something that can feel underwhelming. And so Daniel Pink describes brilliantly this in his book Drive. He argues that what really motivates people isn't just reward and status, but it's actually autonomy, mastery, and purpose. So when someone gets promoted, I think there are three important questions to ask yourself. So, will I have autonomy in my new job? Will I have opportunities to develop my mastery? And is this aligned with what genuinely matters to me? Right?
Correct.
So if the answer is yes, then a promotion can be hugely motivating. If not, it may just feel like more responsibility, just with a different status.
Correct. I'll quickly summarize what I have experienced with my friends and colleagues. When they promoted, they get more responsibilities, not
Yeah.
automatic. So that's a very good point. Now, we did discuss about comfort zone, but let's deep dive into it. What fears keep professional trapped in comfort zone?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, a lot of people would call it imposter syndrome, right?
Right.
We hear that very frequently. But personally, I think much of the time it's simply fear of the unknown,
Mm.
fear of making mistakes. And the minute you step outside your comfort zone, you're no longer the expert, right? And so you don't have all the answers. You might feel less confident, less certain, even a bit exposed. And um, but actually, that's exactly where learning happens. I'm not suggesting, of course, that people should throw themselves in situations that leave them feeling uncomfortable, anxious, overwhelmed. But there is a difference between stretching yourself and overwhelming yourself. Being curious, experimenting, trying new things, taking calculated risk can be incredibly healthy, actually, for people. And will you make mistakes? Absolutely. Will you occasionally wonder, oh my gosh, what on earth am I doing? What have I done? Probably, yeah, you ask yourself those questions, but
Correct.
you also learn so much. You grow and discover capabilities you didn't know you had.
Correct. Yeah. So you have to take the calculated risk. That's the key here. You know. And then something which is I feel people feel trapped in comfort zone is mortgage, or in India we call it
Mm.
EMIs.
Mm-hmm.
We have EMIs. Everyone have EMIs. So EMI is like monthly installment that you pay towards your mortgage. For that, people feel stuck and they do not want to risk it. They feel if I take a risk and then I feel exposed, and rightly mentioned like words like imposter syndrome, these kind of things stuck them or keep them at a level where they do not see the opportunity. Even if the opportunity is there, they let it go. So these
Mhm.
are the fears there are in the market right now.
Yeah.
Now, how can a professional rebuild confidence after years of stagnation? I know many people. I recently even
Mm.
got a call from a 20-year-old experienced person saying that he do not see any opportunity, or he do not see anything suitable in the market right now for
Mm.
himself.
Yeah.
So low on
Yeah.
confidence. I can see that. Mm.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, one of the agile practices, right, I would use here. So, first thing, I'd suggest taking a step back and reflecting, right, in whatever situation you are. What excites you? What gives you energy? What feels meaningful to you? What are you passionate about? And for example, if I may give a personal example, before I became a coach, I didn't necessarily feel stuck in my job, but it was more that I felt that something is missing. I wanted to work more closely with people, bring people together, help them grow. Um, Once this became clear to me, I started exploring possible different paths. I looked at my strengths, identified gaps in my skills and knowledge, and began taking steps towards that, towards something new. I had difficult conversations. I applied for roles. I attended interviews. I failed interviews. Then I learned from those failures and kept going. Um, and the interesting thing is that even before I changed roles, I no longer felt stagnant, right? Because I was developing during that time. Uh, I was moving towards something that was meaningful for me. And that alone changed my energy completely. So even in a job where you may feel stagnant, you have plenty of opportunities to change that for yourself.
Great. Yeah. So this is, I'm talking to my audience now. So audience,
Mhm.
you know, this is the growth look like. Yeah. if someone coming to you, selling something to you, certification, maybe a course, something, and claiming that after doing this course, you will be successful, you will get this job or that job, don't believe in that. What just 1 year said, that's the growth. You study for it, you appear for the interview, you fail in the interview. You take the learnings out of that failure interview, use that learning into your next interview, then crack the interview, get the job, and do the good thing at the work. That's the real growth. So believe in your strengths. So that's the outcome of this question. Uh, now
Absolutely
moving on,
right.
moving on. What practical habits shift people from survival to growth? We need
Yeah.
practically.
Um, well, I genuinely believe that growth is possible in almost any environment, right?
Right.
It starts with how we think. And uh, to continue speaking about growth, one of the books that really influenced me most is Mindset by Dr. Carol Dweck.
Right.
Maybe you've heard about it. She talks about the difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset.
Correct.
So, a fixed mindset assumes our abilities are largely set, whereas a growth mindset believes we can improve through learning, through effort, through practice. And I'm very much believer of the latter, the second approach. So, once you've identified something that inspires you, start moving towards it deliberately, right? Create a plan. Treat your development as something intentional rather than something that happens by chance. And so, uh, can I give a personal example?
Absolutely.
So, about 12 years ago, I was working as a project management officer in an IT team. It was a great environment and I enjoyed it a lot. I enjoyed it a lot, but I wasn't completely feeling fulfilled. So, when I reflected on what really motivated me, one thing kept showing up: people. And I loved supporting people, bringing people together, facilitating conversations. I explored several possible career paths, including HR, learning and development. But as I looked around for different opportunities, Agile coaching stood out because it allowed me uh, to build on many of my existing skills already. So I started researching. I spoke to different managers, Agile coaches, and anyone who could help me understand the role better. So I built a picture of my strengths and it identified areas where I needed to grow. When opportunity finally came up, I applied. And guess what? I failed.
Yes.
A few months later, another opportunity came up. And guess what? I failed again. And so that was, although now I'm laughing about it, that wasn't an easy time for me.
Correct. I can
Yeah,
understand. Yeah.
but instead of giving up, I listened carefully to the feedback of the interview. I was lucky that the interviewer really gave me a good feedback. And one thing became very clear: I need practical examples of facilitation and coaching experience. So I created a development plan for myself. I found a mentor, I started reading, I looked for different opportunities to facilitate workshops in my environment. I volunteered for activities outside of my normal role. And I joined a team where I could practice Scrum Master responsibilities as well. Attended coaching and facilitation courses, right? Courses are good, they show that you are accredited, but then you need the embodiment of these courses and experiences. And most importantly, I treated my growth like a series of experiments, right? And 6 months later, I met with the same manager who had previously interviewed me. I showed her everything I have been working on learning. And guess what? A week later, she offered me the job. And so I was absolutely over the moon, right? And looking back, a few things made that difference. So get clear on what gives you meaning and energy, explore the possibilities around you, available to you, Talk to people who can help you, mentor you, coach you, guide you, and create a practical plan and take small steps, consistent steps forward towards that.
Very well. Very nicely explained. Absolutely. So that take a paper and pen, guys, note it down, this plan, and work on it. So she also mentioned that use your circle outside the office. Go to meetups, conferences, meet different people, understand what they are doing differently, what is their experience, share your learnings, and that's how you will grow. And you never know when is the next opportunity, waiting for you. Great,
Mm.
great,
Expand
Ella.
your network, absolutely.
Excellent. Yeah. So you, those who are following me on LinkedIn or YouTube or Instagram, I would request you to get connected with Vanya. Her posts are very, very nicely written, crafted, very beautifully. I'm reading those posts every time when she wrote it. Read it. You will resonate what exactly the journey she has traveled so far and what is how it looks like a growth. Now,
Thank you.
now coming on to our last question. How should a professional rethink career success today?
Yeah. Well, I don't think there is a single definition of career success, right?
Right.
Everyone's answer could be different. But I can, of course, share how I think about it. And so for me, success isn't primarily about salary, hierarchy, or job titles. For me, it's about growth. And it's about being aligned with my values and my purpose. And it's about making a contribution and having a positive impact on others. Uh, so, if I were to sum it up in one sentence, it would be this. So, career success isn't about how high you climb, but it's about how aligned you feel, how much you continue to grow, and the impact you create along the way.
Correct. Very nice. Amazing discussion, Vanya. I really enjoyed it. Too many things to learn from you. Yeah. So, from the entire audience of Agile Exploration, I would like to say thank you for being such a wonderful speaker today.
Thank you so much. Is it okay to also just share like a bit of food for quote? I love a nice quote.
Absolutely, yes. Yes.
Yeah. So I recently came across one quote by Jean-Paul Sartre, and I think it's a time it fits nicely to our discussion. So, not choosing is also a choice. And I think that's the heart of what we talked about today. So many people wait for the right opportunities, the right timing, or for someone else to open a door for them, right?
Yeah.
But while we're waiting, we're still choosing comfort, choosing certainty, choosing to stay where we are, which are very human choices as well. And I'm not saying that they're bad choices. There is so many good reasons for those, but the reality is that your career is not something that happens to you. It's something you shape over time.
Correct.
uh, and you may not control every opportunity that comes your way. You may not control how, but you can control how curious you are, how much you learn, and whether you take the next step or not. um, and so you don't need to know exactly where the journey leads you. You just need to have the courage to start moving. So yeah, choose yourself, uh, and that's how for me you move from surviving your career to actually creating it.
So, great tips, great discussion. Think differently, choose what exactly good for you. You know, talk to people like mentors like Vanya, and all the best for your career. Thank you all. Thanks a lot for being such a wonderful speaker once again. And see you in the next episode. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thanks everyone. Thanks Nagesh. Take care. Pleasure.